Hello, boys and girls. It's so good to see you again. I am Astronaut Blackfeather, and this is my friend Astronaut Buchanan. And we're back here to talk to you about something else that's kind of exciting that kind of affects our Earth, things that happen on Earth. So,
is it ice cream?
it is not ice cream.
Oh. Ice cream's exciting.
It is exciting, but it's not ice cream.
Okay.
So we are going to talk, we've already talked about how the sun affects the Earth, you know, the rotation of the Earth and the sun moving around causes different seasons. That's what we just talked about. It's important. You know what? God was pretty creative when he figured that out.
He was. He's a smart dude.
He is very smart. So now we are going to talk about something else. There's something that's up in the sky that orbits around our Earth, and we usually see it at nighttime. Do you know what it is, Astronaut Buchanan?
I'm wondering if you're talking about the moon.
Dun, dun, dun. Yes, it is the moon. So there's something pretty exciting about the moon, and that, did you know that it does not create its own light?
Wait, if it doesn't create its own light, how do we see the moon in the sky?
That's a good question, because you know what is big and bright and shiny in the sky?
The sun!
The sun. So guess what? The moon shows the reflection of the sun on it. And since the moon is, since the Earth is turning, and then also too that the sun is kind of turning on its axis, and the moon is going around, guess what? The sun shines on the moon in different amounts of space. So we have something special that we call the phases of the moon. I'm going to show you really close, up close. Do you see that there's different light at different times throughout the year?
Sometimes you can see a lot of the moon, and sometimes you don't see the moon at all. It's all dark.
That's right. There's a full moon, and that's when you can see a lot of it. And then there's a new moon, and you don't see any of it.
Is there an old moon?
There is not.
Oh, just a new. Okay.
Just a new and a full. But then there's some different ways that the sun shines on the moon, and it just shows different kind of crescents. And so you're going to learn the different names. They're kind of funny names, but you're going to learn the different names of what you see up in the nighttime sky. And then you can see that here too. Oh, so exciting. So you're going to do that. You're also going to do for 4 days. You can do this longer if you want to. But for at least 4 days, you're going to do some moon observations.
Observation, what does that mean?
That means you're going to look with your eyes. And you're going to see what happens.
So like after I get done eating my breakfast or my lunch, I can go outside and look at the moon?
I don't think you can see the moon in the middle of the day. Sometimes you can. Which is very interesting.
So
like I just saw it last night.
When do I have to look at the moon to observe it?
I think you might have to look at nighttime.
Oh, nighttime school.
So you'll get a chance, and you know what? During the summertime, that's pretty late. So you'll have to talk to your mommies and daddies first to find out, because I think the sun goes down like around 8 o'clock. That might be past some of your bedtimes, but you might be able to talk to your mommies and daddies that if you could stay up just a little bit to take a look at what the moon looks like outside, you can kind of mark it down on your piece of paper and see what you had learned about it.
Nice.
So there's also a fun activity that we are going to do with this green piece of paper that each of you have received into your packet. And what you're going to do with this, I'm going to come to you. What you're going to do with this green sheet of paper, you see that it's open like this? Boop, 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 boop. Okay? We're going to make a cute little flap book. And what you need to do is you need to pull this all the way open. Do you see how it's pulled all the way open? Just like this. And I'm going to take one side and I'm going to start cutting from the line all the way just to the fold. Am I going to go past the fold?
Please do not go past the fold.
Don't go past the fold. So do
Only
you
cut
see
the
that
line.
it's just like that? And then I'm going to go to the next line, and I'm going to cut all the, oops, you can see that I'm not actually cutting on the line, but I'm cutting close to the line, and that's pretty cool. So do you see that I only went up to the fold? And guess what's going to happen? When we close up our book after we cut off on all of the lines, you're going to be able to have a special flip activity book that you're going to talk about and do the phases of the moon.
Dun 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 dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Where are the phases of the moon?
I have them on the sheet of paper.
Ah,
So you're going to get to cut these out, each one of them, and then you're also going to be able to label them, and you'll be able to do that by putting the picture over here, and then open up and put the word of what, or the name of what it is underneath.
nice.
So
I
that's
like it.
one fun activity.
The other thing we're going to do is an experiment. Now, you're going to need to have a cake pan, which I'm hoping most of you have a cake pan at your house. But if you don't, any kind of dish or pan that has a little bit of a lid. And you're going to put some flour in it, maybe a cup or so. Then you're going to have like maybe a ruler or a yardstick or a tape measure so you can tell distance. And you're going to get a magic stone. Do they get a magic stone because they did something awesome?
You are pretty awesome, but this magic stone is for this special activity.
So you're going to take a magic stone and you're going to go up, let's say it's 12 inches. So you'll look on your measurer where 12 inches is, and then you're going to drop it into the flour in the pan to make a moon crater. Then you're going to do a little other measuring of how big the crater is. You're going to do different ways of, or different heights of how far you drop it. And you get a little sheet that looks like this. I will show you close up, where you can record your experiment. Now, when you're done with this, maybe you really liked it, and you would like to try it again with something different. Maybe instead of flour, you try, I don't know, rice. Or maybe you try, peanut butter. Oh, no, don't try peanut butter.
Ooh.
That would be gross.
That would be sticky.
Maybe try dirt. I don't know what you would try. Maybe you try something other than the magic stone. Maybe you could drop, I don't know, a Lego. I have no idea. That's in your brain. You do what you'd like to do. Here's the best part of all. You get to keep the magic stone.
Yay!
Hooray! Hey, does anybody know how we get craters on the moon?
Good question. Do we have an activity that'll help us with that?
Well, that's kind of the activity that we just did, but it doesn't tell me anywhere how craters.
Maybe that's something that they can figure out for us and tell us what that secret answer might be.
Maybe.
How do the craters get onto the moon?
You'll have to find out if you can maybe look online or read a book, or maybe it's in one of the videos below.
That would be good.
I don't know. Now, the other things that we have in the packet are just extra. There's some more mazes, another I Spy. Something we really didn't talk about much, other than the sun, are constellation stars. Now, did you know that way back when, people would look up at the sky to be able to tell what direction they were going? And they'd look up and they'd go, ooh, there's the Big Dipper. Because it made kind of like a picture in the sky with the stars. And they call those
Constellations.
constellations. So you can do some constellations with a paper punch if you've got one of those. You could, these are actual ones that are real. And they have some fun names like Andromeda, Canis Major, or maybe you could make your own. So that's just a special activity you could do at the end also, if you'd like. Now maybe you're a really good author and you like to write books. Maybe you'd like to write a story about what happens to you when you get stranded on the moon.
Dun dun dun.
There's some lines on the front and the back. if you'd like to write a story.
I sure hope we wouldn't get stranded on the moon. That would be kind of silly.
That would be sad. You'd be up there all alone without ice cream.
Okay, so anything else we have going on?
I think that's it. Don't
think
forget to
it is.
check out the links below, because there's lots of fun stuff. Ooh, there's even a fizzy moon rock link
I forgot.
down below.
Check it out because that's going to be something fun that you can kind of create, use your scientific know-how and put together to make some fizzy moon rocks.
I think you'll like it.
Pretty awesome.
I hope you liked our outer space unit and that you enjoyed visiting planets and the sun and the moon and stars and that you learned a lot.
Yes. All right. See you later, alligators.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.